Welcome to another Performance Under Pressure series, and glad to be with you again as always, and always excited to talk to interesting people and bring real life stories into your worlds. So my guests today are two special people, Greg and Christy Gaskins. Actually, Greg is the dad, Christy is the daughter, and they've grown up in racing. Greg and I went to high school together. That's a long conversation we'll keep short. But we are now sponsoring what is now known as Under Pressure Motorsport Racing. And this whole process is going to start out in Indy this year. We're really excited. So, Greg, Christy, thank you for being a part of this today, and just really excited to be able to share with you.
Thanks for having us. We're super excited.
Yeah. So, Greg, so we went to high school together, man. So we used to, I have these visions of you going down the slope at Manual High School in Indianapolis.
The ramp to the student parking lot.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
And
yes.
there were no cops then, because it's just the way it was.
There was the dean of boys, Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, but he didn't care because he was doing something else. But whatever, it is what it is. And racing on 465 in Indianapolis before it was a real interstate, so it was all shut down. So we used to tow the cars up there. It was blocked off, raced on 465, which is a big interstate loop around Indianapolis, if you're not familiar with that. So racing was in your blood, in my blood, from young and age.
Oh yeah. I've loved cars. Actually, my parents have just recently passed away, and going through some of the stuff they had of mine, I didn't realize I had made scrapbooks probably when I was 7, 8 years old of cars. And I said, I didn't even realize I was into cars back then.
Sure. Well, you know what? When you grow up around the Indy track and, IRP, we grew up in racing. So, and you have a daughter now, Christy, who used to race as well. And I hear she's going to start doing that again, but that's probably another podcast we can talk about.
That's definitely another podcast. Yes.
But Christy used to race as well from a young age. So how did you get, I'm sure they had influenced your mom and dad on that process.
I'm pretty sure I was at the racetrack the first month of my life and have been there every weekend ever since. I definitely got a car early. In NHRA, you can actually have a license and a junior drag at the age of 8 years old back in my day. Not your guys' OG street outlaw days, but exactly. Back in my day. Now, actually, the starting age is you can actually start learning the fundamentals in a junior dragster at the age of 5. So my daughter, Lexi, who is birthdays today, she's 6, has a very bright future ahead of her, starting soon, hopefully.
Wow, that's awesome. And this is how it starts. My wife tells me, okay, Braden's not driving in a car. It scares her to death, even though she's been on the track at Indy before the Indy 500. And she was like, I'm so nervous. I think I'm going to throw up. I can't believe this kind of pressure, with, 500,000 people in the stands and all that. But it's really an exciting thing. So there years went by, Greg. I left Indianapolis years ago, a couple, 3 decades. I don't want to date you. But I graduated after you, just so everybody knows.
So a little bit, not a lot.
And left and came back. But so you've raced your entire life. And last year we got together, and I don't even know how it happened. Probably on internet like this, cocktails or whatever. But we were having some conversation, and I'm like, why don't we race? Let's do something. So we sponsored your car last year, Marcia's company, E7, my company, terrylyles.com, and we had a great year. Talk a little bit about that for just a moment. I mean, you didn't like green, the color green, because you said it was like unlucky, but I think we converted you.
It's a myth, okay?
It is now because I had to do that to you.
Right. Well, I mean, they have the same thing. You shouldn't eat peanuts in the pits. Okay. I mean, there's just so many.
Baseball. They do in baseball. So, everything's a myth.
Right.
So keep going.
but yeah, I mean, we come on. You come on board, and the green looks, the color green looks great on the car against the black background, and
yes,
was very happy to carry those for you.
Well, and green is speed. And look, here's, we have team shirts now. Now you picked up 2 other drivers. That is now a part of your team. Under Pressure Motorsport is our team. We're just building this. We're really excited about it. And here is the new team shirt, just so you can see. So there we are. That's how we
look real good on the slim version.
Hey, we're all slim, baby. It's all perception. Here's the shirts we'll be selling, which is the same thing, but it's just a larger logo on the front. So yes. We're really excited about being able to promote, and part of our proceeds are going to go back to some nonprofits we're going to talk about, and we'll share about what that is. So we're really excited about being a part of this whole process. So you've got 2 other gentlemen that's driving with you, two other teams. So now you're a 3-car team. What do you want to do this year?
Goals. We're asking for goals. Mine's pretty easy. I just want to win.
Win, baby. That's it. It's all you need.
You want to go rounds. You want to maybe want to do the best you can in points. So go some rounds, win maybe 1 or 2. And I mean, you got to be realistic. Right. Competition is unreal. Great group of guys, though. Yes. Fun to race with.
There are, and I know you've raced with them for a while, and I'm sure it'll be a great season of learning and growing together. Now that you can share data back and forth together, I mean, from what we do on the IndyCar side, the NASCAR side, it's always great to have more people involved because you can just learn from each other. So we're really excited. We really want to be there in Indy. This is COVID-19 aftermath, so we're still trying to figure that out, but we want to be there for the first races that we can be at in the month of May. So really excited about that. So other than that, Christy, how do people, I know you're going to be doing some posting out on this. So you'll have this link and get it out there. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have a Facebook page that's Under Pressure Motorsports that you can follow. It talks about all 3 of our drivers. When we are at the racetrack, I go live with all of our runs. So it's like, anybody that's watching is there. You guys get to see it just as we see it. Things about the team gets posted there. Obviously, when we get stuff up and running, links will be there for shirt orders, anything like that, that people will be able to access. And of course, if you have any questions for our team or our drivers, that's where you can post. There'll be lots of photos. We have lots going on with all 3 of our drivers all the time. So there's always stuff there, info about our team and whatnot.
Yeah, we're excited about that because we're going to do continuous podcasting as well. And hopefully we can do some live stuff there in Indy while we're there the month of May, and promote and, really just help people get inside of what Greg and I grew up with, which was real racing. Before anyone really saw it on TV. I mean, most of everything we did was not on TV, but it was fun, and it's a heritage and a lineage. So I'm really excited to be able to create that in a bigger way and get more people excited about moving that forward.
Go ahead.
Well, he's like, okay, whatever, just win, man, just win.
The racing atmosphere and just, anybody that doesn't know about it, that gets involved in racing, whether it's a spectator, whether it's a driver, or whether it's, being part of a crew, the drag racing brings a lot of great things to the table. And I do wish that there were more people involved in it and more of like an eye on us that there are with the other things going on and the other different kinds of racing. So, hopefully this will help get more people involved into what's going on and into our little racing world, because it's fun.
Sure. It is fun, and it's a great world, and people that aren't into racing just don't know what they don't know. I mean, Marcia had never been on a racetrack until, we got married and got together, and she had no idea I was such a fanatic, and she's hooked now because, I mean, there's nothing like smelling rubber and gas and, just all the stuff that goes on at the track. So I miss it during the off season. I'm kind of jonesing as we speak because it's time to go racing again like that. So I'm really excited. So thank both of you guys for being on today. It's Performance Under Pressure. That's what I do. That's what I write about. That's what we talk about. And I'm looking forward to, getting this process started. We're glad to be able to sponsor the team. So e7.com ESVYN.com and TerryLyles.com. Easy to find us. And we Under Pressure Motorsport, we're doing the website as we speak. So on the next podcast, hopefully we'll have that website up and going. We're going to get the cars all, decorated, and we're going to go racing here pretty soon. So,
Yes.
So
I cannot wait.
maybe the next time, Doc, we can talk about some of our escapades in our younger years.
no doubt. And we would probably need a moderator for that, but we can do that. We can talk about ramping. We can talk.
I was going to bring up ramping. I didn't know if you wanted to or not.
Oh, dude, it's all good.
I would like to hear about ramping. What's
No, you
ramping?
really don't need to.
All right, go ahead. I don't live there anymore, so it doesn't really matter. But we used to go ramping. Ramping was a term that I don't know how it got started, but I think
you gave it the term.
maybe it was just basically going around exit ramps, getting onto interstates as fast as you could without crashing and dying. So,
So basically a daily drive on 465 now.
pretty much. Yeah. It's just, it was fun. I had a Trans Am at the time. Greg only went straight. He said he couldn't turn, so he drag raced, and I was turn racing.
And you took me for a ride one night, and
I did.
I put my size 12 right in my mouth.
It was fun. He stopped talking after that, and it was good. And it's so much fun. I mean, it's so hard to do those kind of things now, but we grew up in an age where we had a lot more freedom and a lot more latitude. But obviously, safe driving is a big part of this, and we're glad we can do it on tracks. And
Yes.
we only do it on streets in certain areas. Okay, so just so you know. But, hey, really glad to have you guys on today. This is Performance Under Pressure. I'm Dr. Terry Lyles, and I look forward to another program soon. We're going to go racing literally here just in a few weeks. So stay tuned.
We've got a lot of work ahead of us.
Oh, we do too. Hey, we're still building clothes, man. I mean, we've got all this stuff going. So
Doc, we're still building cars.
Building cars. You guys have a tougher job. Marcia builds clothes. I just stay in the background and just air traffic control a little bit. So really excited for you guys. So thank you. It's great to be with you. We'll have you on again soon. Okay. So thanks for being here today.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks
so
for having
much.
us, Doc.
We're glad you're on board with us.
Yes, always. Take care.
See you.